Keep your calls coming on the Sports Bar 03 717 22 33 44. Big win for Leeds tonight. Sam Matface has been watching for talkSPORT and he's with Leeds manager Daniel Farke right now.
I'm with Daniel Farke in the tunnel after that victory by 1-0. When the full-time whistle went, the players jumped into each other's arms. The crowd went wild. How significant was that victory on opening night?
Yes, especially for the newly promoted side, it's always important to reward yourself pretty early in the season with points on the board. And especially in the good games when you are so much on the front foot, and I think we were the well-deserved winner today and we played so dominant, especially in the first half. It's important that you take advantage out of this performance. For that, I was so pleased that we then also scored this one goal, defended the clean sheet. In the end, a hard fought, but also well-deserved to win, and important to get the first 3 points on the board for the confidence, for the whole mood, for the table. So perfect start for us.
And how important is home form going to be?
Yes, for a newly promoted side, the home stadium always has to be a fortress if you want to achieve anything. That's obvious and crucial, and we know that we have to make out of Elland Road a fortress. It was in the last 2 years, was especially in the last year. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to win each and every game like we did more or less in the last season, but to win many points at home is also decisive if you want to survive.
What did you make of the penalty decision which led to your only goal? If that was given against you, how would you feel?
Haven't seen the scene back on TV during the game. I got the feeling it's a penalty. Perhaps also a bit influenced by the big roar of the home crowd and the scenes. But then there was a pretty long check. I was thinking, normally when you check it that long, it can't be overturned there because either it's a clear and obvious mistake. Anyhow, so when the check lasts so long, normally it's a sign the on-field decision should stand. And thank God it stood. I can't really see it. I was too far away. The feeling during the game was penalty, but I can't really judge because before I would have to watch it back.
What did you make about Lucas Metcher taking the penalty? Was that always the plan?
Ice cold, yes, he's on the sheet for being a penalty taker, but I was a bit worried because once you come into the game as a player and his first 1 or 2 touches were not particularly great, I was for a moment really thinking if I should step in and take him the ball away, although it was a plan. Yeah, thank God I calmed myself down. Mostly it's a good recommendation if the manager doesn't want to know it better than their player. So thank God I didn't step in, and he was ice cold and really cool finish. And I'm delighted for him because he had also tough years in the last years, also with some injuries, and then to be in the spotlight like today, it's well deserved, and he's a great lad.
Let's look at the overall performance. You were, as you said, dominant, but you lacked a little bit of cutting edge. Is that a concern? If there's any frustration, was it that it took till late on to get that goal from the penalty spot?
Yes, because we couldn't play much more dominant on this level. As a newly promoted side, we had in the first half nearly 70% possession, 12 shots. I think after the game, 21 shots, but could have been a few more on target. And yeah, that's what I mentioned also before. We need definitely also in the offense a bit more quality, because in the good periods and the good moments, you have to reward yourself. Football is never fair. You have to grab yourself your reward, and for that one little moment, yeah, for example the injury of our captain today could have changed a bit the momentum and also the result of the game, and thank God not today. It's important, yes, to use your good moments.
How is Ethan?
All right, we have to assess him right now. It's a big bruise after this fall. Of course, not ideal. I hope it's not a big injury. We have to assess him. It's a bit too early to judge.
Good luck, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Matt Face there with Leeds manager Daniel Farke. Let's get your calls in 03 717 22 33 44. Let's go to Billy. He's a Leeds fan. All right, Bill.
All right, Billy boy.
Yeah, hi. Jamie, how on earth can you suggest that his arm is in a natural position? The guy's virtually horizontal. He's moving towards the ball. So his arm, he's moving towards the ball. He's not horizontal, vertical, like a normal defender is. How can you earth can you say that it's not in a natural position?
Well, because his natural movement is to try and block the shot. Right? He's made an attempt to...
Jamie, he's moving towards.
Where do you want him to put his arms? Where do you want him to, Bill?
He stops the ball with his arm.
Bill, where do you want him to put his arm? He's got to dive for the ball, right? He's trying to make a block. He's centre half, so he's trying to make a block. But it's his arm, which is in a natural. It is in a natural position.
It may have. So what you're saying is, as long as he's got his arms behind, as long as he's got his hands by the back of his backside, it doesn't count. Is that what you're saying?
Well, where do you want him to put his arm? He's got arms.
But it doesn't matter.
It does matter. That's the rule. That's the law. That's why I thought it was harsh.
Do you know? Right. So Adrian Durham has messaged me, right, and here's what he said. He said Tarkowski literally leaned into the ball with his arm and diverted his pass. 100% a handball. Otherwise, you're saying it's okay. Control the ball with your arm. We're not saying. By the way, he says, "Love you two. Best show on the radio." Thanks, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian.
Yeah, thank you.
But Billy, look, do you know what though? He's got a point because he's desperately unlucky. Right, and his arm is in a natural position. Billy, you've got to admit that his arm is in a natural position, right?
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
But here's the thing, and this is where I kind of see it. He's lent into it, right? I'm with you, Jay. He's desperately unlucky.
No, but it's a natural movement for him to go and try and block the shot.
It's taken a deflection as well, right? Which is another thing you've got to take into account. He can't do any more. Right?
He hasn't put his arm out.
No, he hasn't put his arm out.
His arm is not out. His arm is not stretched out away from his body.
If
his arm is out, then...
I don't know what he's meant to do with his arms,
I don't know what you want him to do.
He's so unlucky.
He's a centre-half. He's trying to block the shot. His reaction when a shot's coming in is to try and move, to try and get anything on it to stop it.
Jamie,
it hits his arm.
He's thrown himself to the floor, and his arm has stopped the goal.
No, that's right as well, though.
But by the way, it's not going in. Pickford's going to save it. It's going straight down the middle of the goal.
All right. So we've got some ball tracking on the pitch, have we?
No, but it's not flying in the top corner.
Billy, listen, you won tonight. It's the first thing you should be doing is saying Leeds are back.
Don't get me wrong. What a start to the season. It's great. I love all this rhetoric about the three teams promoted up from the Championship are all going down and everything else. I get that, and it's hard, especially when they're under the constraints of FFP and everything else, and we have to lose a lot less money than what other teams do.
Yep.
That have been well-established teams in the Premier League. But let's go back to the penalty. The man dived and he deflected the ball to the goal with his arm.
Phil, you won. You got 3 points. You scored the penalty. You've won 1-0. You've had a great performance.
Yeah, we all ate Leeds.
You deserved it. No, you deserved the win. You deserved the win.
Hey, thanks, Jamie.
You absolutely deserved it. You're the better team.
It was a great performance tonight.
But it weren't a pen.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Cheers, Billy Boy.
All right, Phil.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.